So I want to start by recognizing, is anybody here a Purple Heart recipient? Please stand.
In the Gospel of John, John records Jesus saying the following: "My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no more than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command." We get to celebrate today together, and we get to commemorate together today, because many laid down their lives so that we may exercise the right to assemble, the right to pray, or the right to not pray. May we not tire in remembering our Purple Heart friends, most of whom we have never met, yet they paid the price for us strangers anyways. But may we be citizens that never stop at remembering. Let's honor our recipients and their families by doing the same while still living. That is what lives were sacrificed for, and that is what we get to enjoy. So let's not dishonor them by only remembering, but by laying down our lives for one another while still living. Please pray with me. Father, today we recognize you as the one who gave strength and resilience to many who have come before us. We recognize you as the one who has provided us the blessings of liberty through many who have sacrificed their lives. Some of us complete strangers, yet it is by your mercy that has sustained those blessings through the sacrifices of Purple Heart recipients. Bless their families, bless this community, and bless this country, that we would not stop at remembering, but with your strength, make us citizens that honor those by laying our lives down for one another while still enjoying our liberty. We thank you and look forward to what you are about to do, because you have done many great things. In my Savior's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, color guard, post the colors, please.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color Guard, retire the colors. Thank you. How about a hand for that national anthem? Okay, Madam Clerk, next item.
Roll call. Commissioner Lopez.
Present.
Commissioner Dennis.
Present.
Commissioner Beatty.
Present.
Commissioner Howell.
Present.
Chairman Meitzner.
Present. Next item, please.
Proclamations. Item A, proclamation declaring Sedgwick County a Purple Heart County and August 7th, 2023 as Purple Heart Day.
Okay, Commissioners, you've had a chance to read it, but I've asked Commissioner Dennis if he would please lead us in reading this proclamation, and I'm honored to have you do that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it. And we're going to do things a little different than we do normally when we read the proclamation. There are two veterans on this bench today, Commissioner Howell and myself. I'm going to read the first half of the proclamation, and Commissioner Howell is going to read the second half. Thank you. Proclamation of the Sedgwick County, Kansas. Whereas the Purple Heart was the first American Service Award made available to the common soldier, and is awarded to any member of the United States Armed Services wounded or killed in combat with a declared enemy of the United States. And whereas August 7th marks National Purple Heart Day, commemorating the creation of the Purple Heart honor as a badge of military merit by General George Washington on August 7th, 1872. And whereas the mission of the Military Order of the Purple Heart is to foster an environment of goodwill and camaraderie among combat wounded veterans, promote patriotism, support necessary legislative initiatives, and most importantly, provide service to all veterans and their families. And whereas Sedgwick County has a large veteran population, including Purple Heart recipients and their families. And whereas Sedgwick County is home to McConnell Air Force Base, home to the 22nd Air Refueling Wing, the 931st Air Refueling Wing of the United States Air Force, and the 184th Wing of the Kansas Air National Guard. And whereas veterans pay the high price of freedom by leaving their families and communities and placing themselves in harm's way for the good of all. And
whereas the heritage that the Purple Heart Medal represents is sacred to those who know the price paid to wear it. And whereas Sedgwick County has the utmost admiration for recipients of the Purple Heart honor and gratitude for their sacrifices and contributions to our community. And whereas Sedgwick County wishes to pledge its strong support for the Military Order of the Purple Heart and for those who put their lives at risk in service to their country and their fellow Americans. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Chairman Peter F. Meitzner and the Board of Sedgwick County Commissioners do hereby proclaim Sedgwick County as a Purple Heart County and therefore a part of the National Purple Heart Trail, and August 7th, 2023 as Purple Heart Day in Sedgwick County, and we encourage all members of the community to show their appreciation for the sacrifices and contributions of the Purple Heart recipients.
thank you. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move that we approve the proclamation.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. I don't see any questions. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez.
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis.
Aye.
Commissioner Beatty.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Chairman Meitzner.
Aye.
Commissioners, today to receive the Purple Heart proclamation, we have Mr. Dean Delgado, Adjutant Mr. Zachary Schumann, and remarks by Mr. Schumann today, and also want to recognize that we have Randy Frank in the audience, and he is with the state, and also he is a Gold Star father. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We would like to accept this great honor for Sedgwick County and all the Purple Heart recipients, the Gold Star mothers and the surviving spouses. We believe that this is a great situation that you guys have done help for us, and we do believe that you guys are all welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Zach Schuman, the adjutant for MOPH 558. So thank you, Commander Delgado, for accepting that on our behalf. We still have a few other members up here with the MOPH 558. Just want to quickly thank the representatives that are here from Senator Moran's office, Senator Marshall's office, and Representative Estes' office, along with Chairman Meitzner, the rest of the commissioners that are, the staff who helped out with Elizabeth Ewers on putting all this together. It's quite a bit to piece together and make sure that you have, all your ducks in a row, and make it as special and unique as you can. Also want to thank our brothers and sisters in arms from McConnell Air Force Base and the other veterans organizations that are across the city and area. Especially want to thank Gold Star mothers. Those are the ones who's earned their Purple Hearts by making the ultimate sacrifice, and they could not be here today, along with the other family members who supported them as well, and everyone else who's here to join us. I know the commissioner's talking briefly about what the Purple Heart was and how it was created. I just want to kind of add to that of how it became to where these entities are starting to become Purple Heart entities. So the Purple Heart Trail is a program that began back in 1992, back in Virginia. And what it was is it was simply a symbolic honorary system of roads and highways, bridges. They also had different monuments all over to really give tribute to those men and women who received the Purple Heart over the years. It accomplishes an honorary goal by creating a visual reminder for those that are entering in on those road systems to see that that entity respects the high price for their freedom to travel as freely as what they do and have a free society. So those signs that are placed across, and we'll kind of discuss it here in just a minute, those annotate the roads and the highways that legislation has actually passed to grant that honor and to show where that is. So that's grown to states, counties, cities, townships, universities, even all the way down to the business levels, all the way across the nation. So it's really taken fire since 1992, that's for sure. So once again, as you travel across these Purple Heart trails, I just ask that you please take a moment to remember the bloodshed and the ultimate sacrifice that have been paid for our nation's freedoms. And finally, I want to leave you with the words that are inscribed on the Purple Heart monuments at our Veterans Memorial Park right down the street. It says, "My stone is red for the blood they shed. The medal I bear is my country's way to show me they care. If I could be seen by all mankind, maybe peace will come in my lifetime." Thank you, and God bless.
Let's.
Why don't we get the pictures after with the unveiling?
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, and so next up is the presentation of the Purple Heart County Road signage and designated locations. Mr. Lynn Packard, Director of Public Works and our county engineer.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Commissioners. We got a small little PowerPoint here. If we can get that up. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay. So at this time, I'd like to unveil the signs that will, highway signs that'll go along the roads and highways around Sedgwick County.
Oh, very nice.
So the larger sign there on the right-hand side is those signs that are going to go up along state and U.S. highways. Those locations are at US 54 at Butler County line, US 54 at the Kingman County line, K96 at the Reno County line, K254 at the Butler County line, and US 81 at the Sumner County line. The smaller sign will be those signs that will actually be on our Welcome to Sedgwick County signs that are already in place at many locations. And the locations selected for that area is Broadway at the Harvey County line, Meridian at the Harvey County line, 151st Street West at the Sumner County line, 95th Street South at the Butler County line, and Rock Road, southbound Rock Road at McConnell Air Force Base. We have 10 different locations that will be seen by an estimated 90+ thousand vehicles a day as they enter the county and as they head towards McConnell Air Force Base. This right here is just a little homage to our traffic crew who went out this morning starting at 6 a.m. and these signs are already in place at most of the locations. I don't think we're going to be able to get all the locations quite today, but they got an early jump on it. And this is the sign that's going to be up on US 254, or excuse me, K254. I would like to thank KDOT for working with us and granting us authorization to put these signs up in their right of way at these locations. We were able to get the permits through them in less than a week, which isn't bad for government. So they turned them around pretty quickly for us. And then this is the one southbound on Rock Road as you approach McConnell Air Force Base. We actually put it on the post. It's on the Veterans Memorial Road sign. Our guys were great and fully behind this. That got out there. We made half the signs, and we had half the signs outsourced to another vendor to be able to get everything done and ready and put in time. And so these signs, as you leave today and you head up to those areas, most of them will be up today and already out there being seen by the public.
Okay, very good. Wonderful. Okay, and with that, we will have some closing remarks from the commission, and we'll start with Commissioner Dennis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it. Thank you. Just two small words that convey an awful lot of meaning. Those of us who entered the military during the Vietnam War did not hear those words as my brothers and sisters in arms returned to country that we all fought for. I am very grateful that that has changed. Today, I hear those words frequently when our citizens meet a veteran or a service member in uniform. Thus, we are here today to say thank you to over 1 million wounded or deceased military members who fought for our great nation since it was founded. We are here today not to mourn them, but as the great General George S. Patton said, it is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God that such men lived. I want to add to that quote and thank God for the women who have also fought with those men and the women who were wounded or perished in battle. Today, we join Jackson and Leavenworth counties in Kansas as we are officially named a Purple Heart County. We are also joining Derby, Hayesville, and Valley Center, who are Purple Heart cities within Sedgwick County. There are so very many people who we need to thank today. First and foremost, I want to express my extreme gratitude to the members of the Kansas Military Order of Purple Heart, who have joined us today. We are honored to recognize your sacrifices to our nation and those who you represent who cannot join us here today. Thank you to Senators Moran and Marshall and Congressman Estes for your undying support for our military, men, women, and their families. A very special thanks to Ms. Caroline Guchenek, hopefully I'm pronounced that right, who sang our national anthem. Thank you to the members of the VFW, the American Legion, the Veterans Administration, the Veterans Providers Coalition, USD 259 leadership, and JROTC, who carry on the tradition of supporting and caring for our service members and veterans every day. Thank you to those who are still serving and the leaders and the men and women of the 22nd and 931st Air Refueling Wings and the 184th Air National Guard Wing. A special thanks to the McConnell Air Force Base Honor Guard, who not only presented the colors today, but also served at funerals for our veterans. Thanks to the 184th Wing Chaplain for our invocation, and thanks to all the elected leaders who have joined us here today. I hope I have not missed anyone, but please know that we appreciate everyone who took time to join us today. I also want to thank those that made today's possible. Many worked behind the scenes to make this ceremony. Elizabeth Ewers and Tanya Cole orchestrated this event. Also thanks to Lynn Packer of Public Works, our entire communications department, Linda Baker, Tom Stoltz and his staff, Lisa Kaur, Carol Cole, and especially Commissioners Sarah Lopez, Jim Howell, Ryan Beatty, and Pete Meitzner. One final thank you to everyone in the audience. It is fitting recognition for those who have served to our country with valor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Well said. Well said. Commissioner Howell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't actually have any written remarks. I just want to speak from the heart for a few minutes. As I look out in the audience, I see a few others that just I want to recognize as well. There's a few other electeds in the audience. I see Tanya Buckingham, and I see Kelly Arnold, and I see Jeff Bluebaugh, and I may be missing some others, but I think the electeds around this community, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Brandy Bailey's here as well. Yes, right. The other electeds in the community, I think, would just like to parallel our comments today. They are also very appreciative of our veterans and their families and the losses and the sacrifices that have been made. So I want to make sure they are also recognized this afternoon. I wanted to just to recognize a few other people that I see. I want to recognize Terry Gowan from the 408, Pete and Patricia Peterson. Thank you for being here today. Pete and Patricia Peterson, thank you so much. Thank you so much. They truly do love veterans. I want to recognize Michael Sandin. He was not able to be here today. But Michael Sandin is the one that seems like it makes everything happen at the Derby Hayesville American Legion Family Post 408. And again, that is a post that provides services to both Derby and to Hayesville. And they did their Purple Heart ceremony in Derby. They put the signs there at the Arkansas River as that passes on its way over to Hayesville. I know Hayesville did their own. I wasn't able to be there. They have their signs up in Hayesville as well. I know that Russ Kessler, Mayor Kessler, you are a tremendous champion for veterans, and you're also a member of that post. Thank you for that as well. What this represents, I think, is that this is a community that says we will not forget. We love our veterans. We love our active duty military. We love those that have served. But there's a special class of veterans, and that's those that have suffered personally, their families, and those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. And I think that's what this represents. It's a step in that direction that says we will not forget. Someone mentioned a minute ago the blood that was shed, and I appreciate the chaplain sharing that this morning, someone that lays down their life for their friends. That's the ultimate sacrifice, obviously, but there's many people who took that oath to secure and defend this country, to defend our Constitution, and to secure our freedom. And that will not be forgotten. And it costs blood. I don't know what a greater price you could share, but your very own blood. And some people, you recover from that, but many people don't. It's life-changing for many people. Many veterans who've given that blood have a life change for the rest of their lives. They suffer as a reminder for that price that they paid. So I just want to say we want to respect and honor those that serve. We want to respect and honor those that gave and shed their own blood. We want to respect and honor those families and certainly those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. I know it was said earlier, but Randy Frank is our State Legion state commander, and he is also a Gold Star father. I want to say thank you, Randy, for taking the time to be down here today. I appreciate your presence as well. We will not forget. And I think that these signs go a long ways to say, as a reminder, every day when you drive down that road and you see that sign, say a prayer, have an attitude of thanksgiving for those that secured our freedom and fought for us to enjoy the American way of life. There's people all around this world that would love to be Americans. I also want to, I guess I would be remiss if I didn't also recognize Howard Hutchinson and Patty Nefco with the Vet-to-Vet Support Command, as well as the Veterans Providers Coalition. They ran the expo on Saturday. It was a tremendous event, but they are some of the people in this community that make everything for veterans come together. Herb Duncan's another one. Can Do Hunt, Herb Duncan is one that makes everything happen. There's so many others I could mention as well. But this community loves our veterans. We wanted to say thank you so much. You will not be forgotten. We appreciate what you've done, and we can never pay you back, but thank you so much. That's what this is about. Appreciate the chance to speak, Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Beatty.
Yeah, thank you. Just a quick comment, Chairman, just to say thank you. I'm incredibly grateful for this day and this moment. It's a moving moment where we proclaim as an entire county a statement of gratitude for those that have courageously served and gave. Some gave of their health, some gave through wounds, and as was mentioned, some gave the ultimate sacrifice with their life. So let us never forget, as Commissioner Dennis and Commissioner House said, let us never forget that those freedoms that we enjoy in this country have come with an incredible cost. The American soldier, for generations upon generations, has stood up to bear the burden of that cost. And today, the people of Sedgwick County, we pause to show our appreciation. I'd also like to thank my two colleagues, Commissioner Dennis and Commissioner Howe, two military veterans. Thank you for your service again. But thank you and the staff of Sedgwick County for your leadership in making Sedgwick County a designated Purple Heart County. It means a lot to some people in this room, but it means a lot to this community to take a stand and say, we will not forget, we will honor, we are grateful. So thank you for your leadership in that fact. And thank you so much for all the people that are here today. It's a wonderful moment to stay. Thank you, Chairman.
You bet. Commissioner Lopez.
Thank you, Chairman. Well, today is truly a special day as we come together to honor the men and women who not only just who were wounded in action, but also those who gave their ultimate sacrifice to this country and for all of us in this room today. I'm incredibly grateful to serve on this commission and to live in a county where we care so deeply for our military and our veterans. I don't want to take a ton of time up here. So many great things have already been said, but I would like to take a moment to thank all of our Purple Heart heroes that are here with us today. Thank you for your service, for your sacrifice, and everything that you do for this country. We appreciate you more than you could know. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And just want to make sure we recognized everybody. I know that former Sheriff Mike Hill is also in the audience, and Kelly Belford as our USD 259 Superintendent. Peter Najaris, Executive Director United Way, is also with us. I'll just close by saying thank you to you two. Thank you, all of you that were recognized earlier. I was reminded my mother was the youngest of 6 children, and she had 5 older brothers, and all 5 served in World War II. Fortunately, only one of them lost his life in the Pacific, but the others came back, and they were the greatest uncles I could ever want growing up. But and you've all been at events where a national anthem or a Pledge of Allegiance has an emotional impact. Maybe it's a sporting event, maybe it's a funeral. But when we had the color guard standing right here, and we were this close, and you all were this close, and to see everybody saluting, hand over the heart, and sincerely taken aback, it was an emotionally impressive scene. So thank you all for being here, and I'm so glad that we're able to join this group of Purple Heart communities. And I can't say everything has been said has been very valuable. So I can't add any more to it. So with that, Any other questions? Okay, we will adjourn, but we will come over for some photos, and then we will have a reception right outside here. So, any other business before the commission on this special meeting? I don't see any, so we stand adjourned. Thank you.